What's up guys, it's Charles from Plain Jane Cars and I'm back with another unboxing. Yes, this is me shamelessly putting out content for the sake of putting out content. But I think you saw the thumbnail, let's get to it. Alright, as you guys know, I did a video, I think it was 2 videos ago, where I did the unboxing of my RW Carbon exterior carbon. Well, just to give you a little bit of background, if this is your first video, hopefully most of my subscribers are probably watching all of the videos, but just in case this one goes viral and this is the first time you're watching the video of the M4 build series, I had some damage done to my M4 during a storm. The front lip came off and I was in the middle of thinking about what am I gonna do? Am I gonna get rid of the car? Am I gonna buy something else? Am I gonna do kind of like a 1.5 version of the build? I considered a lot of different things. And it made the most sense to me to actually do kind of like the 1.5 of the build, and that's where we are now. So just to give you an update, the Air Performance Lift air rod's been installed. The Pure turbos have been installed. That'll hopefully be in the next video with the MaxPSI Crank hub. And the carbon's going on now. And it was just some little small body damage. I drove the car every day for about a year. So it had some damage from I-10, just driving every day, little rock chips and some scratches here and there that needed to be touched up. So the car's in a body shop now. The carbon will go on, but I also ordered some interior carbon. So right around the same time that I was looking at getting the exterior carbon and going forged, I reached out to some, of course, again, the guys in the car club. And I said, well, who does steering wheels? Even though I like the OEM in Performance, whatever the base steering wheel is, it's pretty cool. I said, I want to do something to the interior because I don't have a lot of stuff done to the interior of my M4. One of the guys that never even talks in a WhatsApp chat just pops up and says, Dinmann. And he gives me this guy's name on Instagram. So I immediately go to Instagram, I looked at his pictures, and I'm like, this is the person I want to work with. And I've seen Carbontastic too, because I watch DDE like a lot of you guys probably do. So I've seen the Carbontastic guys and I kind of had them in the back of my mind. But as soon as I saw the Dinmann guy, I DM'd him and he immediately responded. And we chatted back and forth. I kind of told him what I was working on with RW and some of the other ideas with the build. And he said, I'm in. Tell me what you want. I'll get it done for you and we can do whatever you want. Kevlar, all kind of different patterns, regular carbon, forged carbon. He does some pretty exotic stuff too. It's not all automotive stuff. So now that I gave you background, let's open it up. I gotta get a thesaurus because I use the same adjectives all the time, but I am legitimately excited. I was so excited. I stopped by EMG this morning and hung out with Josh and the guys just for a little bit. And I said, I just picked up the carbon. I said, dude, give me a knife. I gotta open up the steering wheel. I had to see at least the steering wheel. So let's open that first. It looks pretty cool, to me anyway. Another thing that's interesting about this steering wheel is Zach. Thanks, Zach. We were at a meet and Zach knows who he is. We were at a meet. And I hope my autofocus gets this, but we were at a meet that I was recording. I was telling him like, hey, I'm doing a new steering wheel and doing some of my interior stuff. And we'll talk about the steering wheel in a second, but I want to tell a story. And Zach has an upgraded steering wheel also, but instead of what I have here, perforated leather, he has Alcantara. And that's what I wanted to do because the Alcantara looks amazing. But he also has like the tachometer on the LEDs up here, which I think is amazing. I didn't go for it because I wanted this wheel specifically. Could have done it, but I wanted this wheel. And he told me, don't do it. He's like, the Alcantara, after a while, it looks amazing, it feels amazing. But after a while, like the oil from your hands, imagine holding suede all the time. Well, it's gonna wear. And he said, I just don't like my steering wheel anymore. I'm sure it's still amazing. BMW owners are very picky. So I switched to perforated leather. So let's talk about a little bit about this wheel. And I'm not gonna move the camera. I tried to convince my wife to actually film for me. She was like, nah, I'm kidding, baby. She didn't say no. She said she would, but hurry up. And I went to move to hurry up. So look, let's talk about this. So forged carbon, as you can see, the tricolor at the 12 o'clock position. Dinmann, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. He did an amazing job. Look at the tricolor stitching on the inside. And of course, the flat bottom and the forged pattern carbon. So forged pattern carbon on the very top, so I would call that probably, I guess you can call that maybe 10 and 2. Same at the bottom with the forged carbon, actually the insert also, with the perforated leather. So this is gonna look really cool. I think once we get it in the car, obviously with the exterior forged carbon, this is gonna look good. And it just feels good. It may just be me because I haven't driven my car in a while, but this just feels thicker. And when I'll shoot a couple of quick videos, quick kind of like, what do they call, like B-roll of my factory steering wheel, so you guys can see that it's just the regular leather wrapped. It's still a really nice steering wheel. The OEM steering wheel is really nice, but this, to quote my buddy Dave, it's just gaudy. And I think it's gonna go with the rest of the car. So I can't wait to get this on. I got the other components too. So there's a few other factory OEM carbon components, and I think BMW did a really good job. But I'm gonna grab the box. You'll see me fast forward a little bit, and we'll open that up next. Oh, let me tell you something about this. Now that's cool. Anybody, any merchant that gives you merch, I think it's pretty cool. Thanks, Dinmann. And I've asked like all of the guys that worked with me, so like ModBargains, AirLift Performance, EuroPower Houston, Backyard Auto, everybody's had a part of the build. MaxPSI, Pure Turbos, man, the list could go on. RW Carbon. There's been quite a few different people that have worked with me. I don't have a big following, but it's just cool that I guess they saw like this guy's really building his car, and everybody helped me out, which was really cool. And I want to thank Dinmann specifically because he's the only one that sent me merch. Looking at you, RW. Everybody did send me vinyl, so the vinyl will be going on the car. We got a spot for that picked out, just to shout them all out. So I don't know what these components are because I haven't opened them, but we'll just take them out and then we'll open them up one by one and see what we got. Uh-oh. Okay, that's a vent. So this is well packed too, but not as bad as the steering wheel was like protected. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Y'all know I ain't lying. Look, check this out. The hard thing is I don't think with my lighting here that you'll be able to see. I'm gonna put it really close to the camera. Hopefully you can get it. Look at that forged carbon. So that's the one vent. I hope that actually worked, but that looks legit. I'm gonna put this back in this bag, the styrofoam bag, drop it in the box here. We'll open up this next piece. I believe this looks like it's the dash. Let's see. Yeah, yep. So OEM, this piece is where the center vents sit, but also there's a piece of carbon from the factory, and we switched that to forge. I hope this isn't too close to the camera, so I'm gonna move it back a little bit. But check that out. I really do hope that the camera is picking up that forged pattern under the lights. I need to upgrade to LED lights in the kitchen. But that, oh no, that'll wipe off. That looks good. That really, and the one thing I was nervous about is the forged pattern for the interior coming from a different person, different manufacturer, looking slightly different than the exterior. And I am picky, but that was just one of the considerations. I mean, I want it to be a show car, Wreckfest, I'm looking at you. I want it to be a show car, but I'm not, if a judge looks at it and says, oh, his interior carbon is slightly different than his exterior carbon, they can pound sand. All right, let's look at this next piece. I think, let's look at this. This may be the center console. So where the iDrive sits, like the knob in the middle of BMW, we got that done too, because the factory piece there on the M cars is also a regular pattern of carbon, and we are converting that obviously to forged also. I really hope that you guys can see that in the camera. All right, that's enough of that. That is, I don't know what's gonna be more striking visually, this or the steering wheel when you look in. I guess maybe all of it together. I don't know when you saw it, because it looks very different, obviously, than that factory weave. So seeing these different components, and what I'll do is, I actually have a few professional photos that I'm gonna drop in right here of my interior now. So you can kind of see the regular carbon actually looks good. But I'm OD, so I want it more than good. I want it different. All right, let's put that down there. Move this off the way, and I believe, yep, these are my door pulls. So one of the things when we were talking about the build, right, the interior conversion, Dinmann asked me, he said, well, do you want to do like full door? Like, he can do anything you want. So I could have done the full door panel. I could have done the door pull, the insert behind the pull, all that stuff. And I said, you know what? I think it's gonna look gaudy. And I like gaudy, I do. But I thought just starting with the door pulls, and I'm not saying I'm stopping here, I'm gonna put these on just to see what they look like. And if it looks like it needs another piece or two, then I may do it. But I thought these would just look absolutely stunning on the car when the door is open. Like, people wouldn't expect that. On my car, it's just leather. I have literally plain Jane. So it's a base M4, no extended leather or anything like that. So this is gonna look crazy in my interior. So we got those two pieces too. So that's really it, guys. A few other things that I'm working on for the build, that EMG, who's another shop in Houston, and I are working on, is actually doing a rear seat delete. So I'm working with Dinmann. He's gonna be building out my rear seat delete in forged carbon, of course. And I'm looking to source a kind of M4 GTS cage. It doesn't have to be like the OEM style. The prices on these cages are surprisingly expensive, but I want the look, and you guys can imagine it's gonna be powder coated gold, of course. So we'll be doing that. And the air ride, I'm immediately changing it. I love it. I drove it for 2 miles and it's sitting in a shop now, but I'm gonna be changing it. I have a 1 compressor setup now. I have my 2nd compressor already, so I'm gonna basically redo it before it even hits the road and have a 2 compressor setup. And Dinmann's also gonna be building me a carbon fiber trunk floor, and we're gonna do a hardline setup. So if you guys don't know what a hardline setup is, imagine the difference between kind of have like hoses running through the trunk. They're neat. It looks very neat. Backyard did a good job. But then having like powder coated gold hard lines that are like kind of like, it's hard for me to describe it. It's just gonna look more like a show car. And that's what we're going for. So those are 2 things that'll come probably in the spring, because I do want to enjoy the car for a couple of months, maybe 2 or 3 months. I do want to put it in a couple shows before I do that. So hopefully I can get the cage lined up, have it powder coated and sitting and waiting, and also get the floor, because Dinmann is busy. Like, it takes a while to get this stuff. So ordering it now. And I'm actually doing the shifter paddles too. That's something else I forgot. Shifter paddles, rear seat delete, trunk, hard lines, probably April. It depends on what the car show schedule looks like and how the response is to my car in the first couple shows. So I actually enjoy doing these unboxings. This is a 1 take, so it will not be edited. You might see a couple parts that was sped up. Thanks for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you. If you could, give me a like. Check out Instagram. I do post there a little bit more frequently. I'm trying to get better about doing quicker, less heavy edited videos so I can keep you guys up with what's going on in the car. There's a lot of running around and dropping off parts here and moving from shop to shop that I probably should record, but I don't like involving the shops. If you guys know, if you watched my last video, I don't like pulling the shops into my videos yet. They're doing business. You know, this is just my hobby. I don't want to get in their way with the camera just because I'm not doing this for clout. I'm doing it for fun. It's a hobby and I want to memorialize my build. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys' response to this stuff. Comment below. I figured out what was wrong with my comments. Give me some comments on what you guys think about my forged carbon and how the build's coming along, things that you might want to see. I have some ideas of what I'm gonna do, but if you want to see something new or different, let me know. I appreciate you guys. I'll have everybody that I mentioned in this video, their links will be in the description below. And one other thing is thank you to Kevin at ModBargains. I kind of mentioned him and I put his link in the description last time. Check out ModBargains, guys. They did an amazing job when it came to customer service. I had some issues with my air ride that I ordered and they were aces over the holidays to the point of like emailing, texting, DMing, whatever it took. I really appreciate you guys. Check them out. They have really good and aggressive pricing on everything BMW, but beyond that too. I appreciate you guys. See you guys in the next video. Peace.